Nestled in the vibrant historic city of Berkeley, California, is a well-known secret among the locals, Boichik Bagels. Originally from New Jersey, Emily Winston and team produce classic New York-style bagels by combining old-world traditions, modern automation, and handcrafted care and attention to detail. The result? Bagels with a crispy bottom crunch and a soft, chewy center that answers Emily's call to create the bagels she grew up on and cherished so much as a child.
I'm Emily Winston. I'm the founder and CEO of Boichik Bagels here in Berkeley, California. And we are producing serious New York bagels out here on the West Coast that were just like the ones I grew up on. I'm from Jersey originally, and I was in love with the H H Bagel on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. And when I moved out here and learned they had been shut down, I was so devastated. I wanted to recreate the bagel for myself. So I started a 5-year quest in my home kitchen just to recreate that, and I finally got it. And I started a pop-up, and we got all kinds of press, and I wound up building a whole company. And 3.5 years later, we now have expanded from our one retail store to this brand new factory that we just built, this 18,000 square foot factory we just moved into a couple weeks ago. The challenge I've laid out for myself is how do I take this awesome bagel and scale it and keep the quality. That's for us, that's number one. The whole business falls apart if we start making lackluster bagels. So the dough gets rolled out, cut into pieces, and then rolled and attached into bagel shapes, and then gets dropped onto boards, 24 on a board. And then we need to take those boards and put them on the racks. And then those racks go in the refrigerator overnight for a long, slow, cold proof that really develops the flavor and the crust. And so the next day, the bagels come out, they get boiled, and then they get baked. They start on these baking boards, these bagel boards that go in the oven upside down, and then they get flipped over to finish baking directly on the stone deck of the oven. And that's really critical to getting the really great crust. When I decided to go to this bigger space, I invested in a much bigger machine that can put out a lot more bagels in less time. And then as I was planning this, you know, these boards of 24 bagel dough pieces come off. If we run this at top speed, it would be one board every 7.5 seconds. And very quickly thinking about that, it's like, that's not going to be a fun job to be picking those up off the end of the line and putting them in these racks. So what could we do to automate that? I'm not dedicated to say, well, everything has to be done by hand, otherwise the product is no good. If the product is where I want it to be at the end, let's bring equipment in. Why not? So I've been doing a ton of research as we go. What's the best equipment I can buy? What's going to increase our efficiency without compromising the quality of our finished product? And so I found Apex and the Baker Bot, and I thought this could be a really nice application. And I'm very happy with that. And that's a big thing. So my employees have more important things to do than be lifting 15 pounds and bending and lifting and pushing all day long, because this would be a full-time job, just picking the boards up and putting them in the rack. It's such a great return on investment. With labor is really expensive, especially I want to pay them well and treat them well. It's expensive. Let's use people for more interesting work that actually requires thinking and real skills, and automate what we can automate. As long as the product is excellent at the end, I'm all for it. It's fun to operate these things.